What's up, folks? It's showtime. And as you can see, I'm here alone. Because Bones is back here flapping his gums, and Matt just got done taking care of a greasy one. Welcome to the first show of 2023.
Season 6.
Season 6?
Wow.
Episode 0?
Yep.
Oh, episode 1.
Well, we're going to smoke something. I'm going to give these guys a cigar, and I'll let them know what it is afterwards.
Okay.
What they think of it. But first, before we go anywhere, guys, I'd like to say to Bobby, I'm sorry I am. We lost a close friend today. That we all knew. She watched the show. She always signed on.
Yeah.
But she passed away yesterday.
Yes.
Sorry.
God bless her. She's in a better spot.
I hope so.
I'm sure.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
That was unfair. What do we got? I have to wait till Tom Lorenz comes on and tell him I got his shit. Or he's
Sorry. That would be a piece of rice.
just
Well,
traveling.
I appreciate that.
piece of
Down
rice.
from your tricep went forward.
All the stuff came in from Leon with Dorian from Cigar, cigarashtray.com.
Ashtrade.com.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, man.
Right?
I like mine. Mine's on my coffee table on top of my cigar box.
What are you putting in it?
I can't put ashes in it yet because it's in my house. But when I set up my backyard, I'm gonna have it out there.
There you go. Beautiful things. Jose, welcome. Thanks for signing on. So long this afternoon.
Jose, how you doing? All right? From Mañana.
Yes.
He's in Eglin?
Yeah, he's in
He's in Eglin.
Northwest Florida.
Yeah, he's in Eglin, yeah. You can't handle it.
Yeah, they're gonna get. Well, I think we're supposed to see it as like 2 this morning.
Oh, we're gonna get some
Yeah.
sun today?
Yeah.
Oh, rain again?
Yeah, pretty good actually. Still pretty good.
So,
here comes fall. Perfect.
what do we got? What do we got?
Well, we have
The week
Buffalo Bills.
sad news in the NFL.
Oh, that was, yeah, so it was not good.
We have amongst the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the
Hamlin.
yes, one of the defensive players, a safety, I believe,
24 years old.
24 years old, was severely injured, and we don't have any update that he's sedated and he's in critical condition.
And, you know, we can speculate. I have a little video that a doctor put together. A lot of it happens in baseball, and he called it a certain thing. I don't know if I'll show you
With
later.
a certain ailment or injury.
It's just when you get hit in the right, in
Right place,
certain-
the right time, the wrong time.
a certain spot when your heart's beating a certain way,
Yeah.
and you get hit right at that time.
And
Boom!
what's it stop it?
It throws you in immediate cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
How about that?
Because there was when Brendan was playing baseball, there was a kid pitcher. There was a pitcher that said the little shot.
Totally
Diamond
different.
for us.
Totally different injury, but it reminds you of Steve Irwin. I mean, all them animals, he gets hit in the chest and pierces his heart. Yeah, totally different situation, but I'm saying it's something you would never think would happen, something like that. You know what I mean? He's going in wrestling cobras and stuff like that. And,
Oh, you can't.
but
Thing is-
this young kid, it's a shame. Has his whole life in front of me. I hope he's recovering. I don't want to be the deliverer of bad news, but they're not giving us no information, and that's
Not good.
not good.
Every team has changed their
Protocol.
Facebook picture to support
Beautiful.
the
That's
Bills
really
and the
nice.
family.
Caitlin says Happy New Year, guys, and may your
Happy
2022
New Year, Caitlin.
be smoky.
Loki.
It's
Come
nice
visit
having.
me soon and say hello.
She went to the mall, picked up my shoes today.
That's right.
My shoes I returned and got back when I bought the jeans.
Right?
Yeah, they came in today and she picked them up. At least she
But
did, right?
heck of an injury.
Oh, good God.
Whew.
Heck of a,
Makes you think, doesn't it? Mortality rise.
like a friend of mine said, just like that.
Yeah.
Split second, just like that.
Yeah, man. I know about that.
You know, and having the EMTs there, Well, the medical staff that was there, the team medical staff, the EMTs
Yeah.
came out, and then when they came out, they started with the CPR
It
and
saved his life, I'm sure.
yeah.
No doubt.
On a lighter note, he's better half retired this week.
Well,
Ain't
it's
that
fun.
nice?
Sometime this month.
That's nice.
Greg Mack, a friend of the show in the shop, retired.
Yes.
Yeah, Greg Mack did.
And
Tattoo Greg,
when I
motorcycle
looked at
Greg.
this little clock my friend over here got me to put on my door at work, I retired in 58 days, 0 hours, 32 minutes, and 48 seconds.
It's gonna be a nice day.
I hope so. I hope so.
He's not going to know what to do with himself.
I know we don't watch basketball a lot, but this kid Mitchell from Cleveland put up a game for the A's.
I heard about
He's
that.
only the second person in NBA history in the 21st century, other than Kobe Bryant, to score over 70 points.
Yep.
He put up 71 points this year.
Yep.
Kobe put up
I heard that.
71.
And what's the goal? Was giving him all kind of kudos. For
Stephen A. Smith,
no, Stephen Curry.
give him all kudos.
Big time. Big time.
I think that's a lot of points.
He's in the same class as Kobe Bryant.
A lot of points. And yeah, you're right. We don't.
I'm liking, you're
Dr.
talking about
Kathy,
basketball
welcome.
for just a minute. That number 13 for the Grizzlies, he's going to be the next big superstar. He's a mean motor student, man. He can really, really play. Gabby, how you doing? Watch this like Nagas.
Oh, Caitlin, come on,
Yeah.
really?
Well, she knows.
Pickleball is a good thing. Exercise is good for you.
Agreed,
Doc.
agreed, Doc. Agreed.
That was
Kerr,
sick.
goodness. We got Doc Caffey and Kerr here.
Yeah.
Now we're just missing
Superstars.
Kevin.
Superstars joining our show.
We're just missing Kevin now.
Dressed or not dressed?
I don't care. I don't care if he shows up dressed or not.
Doc, I don't know if we'll ever know.
How about that?
You know,
I read speculation about it.
it could be. Well, the conspiracy people are out right away as soon as it happens.
Yep.
We
I
want
don't
to
even
know.
like listening to them.
Happy
You
New
know
Year,
that?
Kurt. I know. I can't listen.
Happy New Year, Kurt.
So
I
Dana,
don't like listening to that.
but Dana White got into a fight himself with his wife. On video, people videotaped that they got into an argument. They've been married 30 years. They got into an argument. She slapped him. He slapped her right back.
Terrible.
And then said
Danny, don't do that.
then said he was sorry. It never happened before. The wife said we talked it out as a wife, as a family, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And he wanted to know where his $50,000 was for fighting night. No, I just do that. I'm just gonna do that.
Damn.
I know we got a little off the road here tonight, but agreement. There's a police officer that got busted in Fairfax County for listening to auto porn with a police radio.
Auto porn.
Auto porn. Kind of like an auto book?
Oh, audio.
Yeah.
Audio.
Well, they said, well, I'm sorry, did I say auto?
You said
Yeah,
auto.
I'm sorry,
They give him a
audio.
rip?
I'm like,
They didn't say, but he's going to get in trouble for it. He's going to get in trouble. Speaking of
so the cigar lit up initially. Got a good burn.
Yep.
Just tastes off.
well, we smoke anything before? I mean,
Well, no, it's just got a weird aftertaste.
I kind of, I think it's milder. I think,
Connecticut.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like it.
We'll see how it goes. Bobcat, you want to know what it is?
It's a little harsh on the retro. Little.
Nice even burn.
This
Nice ash.
almost reminds me of the Phantom Pain when we first got it.
Let's see what
If it sits a little bit longer,
It's been sitting for a while.
I just think if it sits a little bit longer because it's got that same. To
Doc,
me, that same.
Doc
same-
Caffey, can you tell us how long that's been sitting? Is the Caffey Connecticut Naked Connecticut?
Very good.
It's got that same feel that ours had when we first got it.
Very good. Good cigar, Gabby.
I like the whole. I'm biased. I'm a Catholic fan, but I like the whole line, especially the 5 premium one. Just,
So what else we got going on? What's, I decided 4 days ago I'm not doing no New Year's rice.
Oh, I'm not doing it either.
I'm just not doing it.
So he says not long. So that kind of
Okay.
solidifies.
okay.
What you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not doing no New Year's resolution.
It's not dissing anything. I didn't even know what it was. So oh
What about
goodness.
you?
Wow.
Recap.
Wow.
On a real funny note, Pete Rose placed the first bet
He sure did.
in City Park
Yep.
for Cincinnati to win the World Series.
You're allowed to.
He is.
Now, somebody
First bet in the state of Ohio.
is somebody in a Hall of Fame allowed to? I'm just saying, if you're in a baseball Hall of Fame, are you allowed to gamble on baseball?
I don't see why you wouldn't. You're no longer
Player.
you're no longer on the field.
Well, I don't see why that judge coach was. He was betting on sports, but everything but football. And he got fucking.
It was in his contract, probably.
It's something to do with NFL morals.
Yeah, it's in his contract.
But he didn't bet on any bet. Like, no
What
football.
about what are they gonna do with these bozos for that lady Nancy Pelosi's spot?
Record. This hasn't happened in over a century, where we've gone more than one time voting for the Speaker of the House.
Oh, don't even. No, Kurt. Ooh, that was a great game. 2 great football games that day.
Sure, I'm really not mad at the game. I think both teams did really well, and I even went out on my Facebook page and said that I commend not only the coach but the quarterback for reaching across to C.J. Stroud.
Oh, absolutely. That was pretty impressive.
That was very impressive. But of course, I do have those friends who hate Georgia so passionately that that the coach is a dirtbag, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to go across the field and search out a player to console him.
Yeah.
You got my admiration.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
That actually swayed who I'm going to be cheering for in the game.
Now, a lot of people don't think that
TCU.
even stands a chance.
I honestly, I don't think that they do either. I don't think that played the game that they played up in Columbus. They didn't come out very passionate, so I was very, very disappointed in.
I agree, Kurt. I think if TCU defense could stand up and play well, it might be a good game.
TCU is the only Big 12 team that had any defense whatsoever.
Right.
The rest of the conference is very weak defensively. I don't think TCU's offense can counter the Georgia defense. I don't think they can lay up against that defense. That was a rock solid defense that Georgia had. They compensated well in the second half.
Yes, they did.
It really is a shame that, for me, as being an Ohio State fan, that we lost it in the last 5 minutes. But that's baseball, or that's football.
Yeah, I left here and they were up like almost 2 scores.
They were up.
By the time I got home and changed and sat down, I was like, what the hell happened?
I honestly, going back and watching the last quarter, they readjusted their defense too much. Ohio State did. They didn't play as aggressively defensively as they should have. That hit in the end zone that took out our receiver. That took the wind out of their sails.
Yeah.
It should have at least been a excessive, not excessive force, but what is it? Well, he wasn't necessarily defensive. He had already been down on his feet, but they rocked him pretty hard, and it wasn't necessary. Unnecessary roughness. That's what it was. It should have been a roughness call. It was definitely uncalled for to have a hit like that in the end zone.
Yeah, I never understood, they cross the line, get in the end zone, the guy still smashing down.
But they're trying to get the ball out of their hands.
They're already in the end zone.
If they've taken 2 steps, it's over. It's a touchdown.
Yeah. It's like, you're not changing the outcome of the play, you're just going to hurt you.
Right.
You know, you can't blame the players. Both teams played a very good game.
Yes.
Officiating, you can always point blame at officials.
They missed the people.
You can always point blame at officials. You can always say this should have been called. This should have been called. If that were the case, then both of them evened out. I think the TCU Michigan game, I think that there was some really bad calls. And whether it would have, and one of them actually would have had a difference in the outcome. The touchdown that was called back.
Michigan had 2 people.
That was pretty rough.
That looked like a touchdown to me the first one.
Well, and his butt's on the line. That kind of
And the ball rolled across the line, right?
the ball was it's in his hands. I don't know where it sat when his butt was on the line, but again, that's football.
Yep.
Whether I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy or not, or whether it was to get TCU to play Georgia. I don't know. I have no idea.
You never know.
Dude, I usually have more shit. I ain't got nothing.
I really don't care.
I ain't taking pictures or nothing.
LSU destroyed Purdue. They totally dismantled the poor Purdue
So
team.
Matt lost out on his kicking pool last night. He doesn't get the whole thing now. It was a three-way. They needed one team. You needed the Bills to win last night and go over 45 to take it. And because the guy that was leading the 12 wins had Cincinnati, and him and Gary had Buffalo. So if Buffalo won. Now I think it's going to be a 3-way split.
That's what it should be.
In that particular case, I probably would have, as if I were a league commissioner for the Pick'em League, I would have said you all 3 of you are splitting.
Right.
Since it came down to you 3,
Yeah.
or flip a coin to see who won the game, and then you and Gary figure it out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Look how wet that is.
Oh yeah, it burns very well. It burns very well. I'm not disappointed at all in the postseason play. The bowl games were very good. Penn State
There's too many of them.
took care of business. The Heisman Trophy winner USC didn't get the job done either.
Oh, they look terrible.
Horrible. But I don't know. The thing is, when you got stud players that decide to sit out based upon, well, I'm going to go pro, so I'm not going to play.
And that's the rest of the team.
It does hurt that team's
It has to.
ability to win.
It has to. It's the dent in their armor.
Yeah, it's a chink. It's a key player out of position. Now you got to put a reserve player or the second player
Who hasn't played, who's not in the best of shape, and all of it.
Correct.
Everything across the board.
Yeah.
But usually at that level, most teams, like Alabama, they got backups for the starters that can step right
Well, you
in.
do have depth.
And they're not going to perform 100% equal to the starters, but they're going to
You
be
know,
close.
Because they're not going to
Also,
have that much time on.
They may have their nerve levels too, and their
Oh, absolutely.
anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a factor too. They're saying, I don't go do
It's a big game. It's a big game. I don't know
Very
what,
big,
you know, big game.
Maybe the biggest game they'll ever be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's definitely that factor also.
I mean, you got to consider how many of those players are actually going to go pro. So you look at a team. I'm just going to
like 1%.
I'm just going to take Mississippi
That's
State
exactly
for
right,
example.
1%, yeah.
Mississippi State. How many players do you think is on the field? Suited up. 50, 60.
Yeah, yeah, 50,
more,
50,
yeah.
60, yeah.
Okay, so 60. You got 60 players suited up. Out of those 60, maybe 10 are going to go pro. The rest of them, that's the game. That's their last game.
That's right. Probably less than 10.
That's their last game.
You're right. That's their last game.
Well, they travel with, I think there's like maybe close to 100 on the roster.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
And if you go 10%, you talk, or 1%, you're talking maybe 10 are going to go pro on average.
Yeah.
Not one, not
Probably
16%
less,
of
probably
drafts
less.
get.
But out of those 10 that go pro, I will say only one of them would end up being a starter on the team that they get drafted.
Right away. Yeah,
I agree
Right
with that.
away.
I agree with that.
How many?
The others are going to be second, or they're going to be on the practice squad.
Because you got Division One's got what 120 something teams, and you got how many 6 rounds in the draft? 6, 7 rounds.
Actually, they go longer than that.
They go up to 192, whatever.
That's
30,
just televised and stuff, but
30, 60. They go one, no, 199.
I don't know, but
whatever
anyway.
that comes up, like 198 or something. Just
Yeah,
still-
yeah,
just
yeah,
still
yeah,
relevant.
yeah.
So. it's 6
And then you've got
100,
unsigned players.
it's 180, maybe 20. You know, maybe 200 you draft out
You're
of
right.
thousands of D1, D2 football players.
Right.
You know, the small schools get people drafted.
Sure.
Yeah, the likelihood of you playing another game after that is slim enough.
They're going to play in the preseason. They're going to get seen in the preseason.
Oh yeah,
They're going to get seen during the practice
I'm
time.
making the roster.
But once they get to that last game of the preseason, when they start making roster cuts,
Yeah. Big cuts.
that's when the rubber meets the road. That's,
Yeah.
Now, I think if you make the practice squad for a team, you still get a ring. I don't know. I would think so because you're part of the team.
Yes.
Because they give, whether they give them an actual ring, or like the ones they give to the admin and the
support staff,
support staff.
the water boy.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Hey, the one missed one. I missed.
No kidding.
Yeah, what did he make that one team? I thought the one guy made 63,000 one board boy for one of
And
his
some
teams.
high quality H2O.
Yeah, I like the way it burns.
Why would he put
Nice,
that job?
nice and white top.
Wonder if you have to have a degree to have that job.
So, Bobby, now do we have any outstanding performances in the NFL this week?
Yeah, we do. The old guy, number 12 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, had a good day. 435 yards, I think, roughly. 2 throwing touchdowns, 1 running touchdown, 3 throwing. 3 throwing, 1 running one, and he ran one in too. He did pretty damn good. And they're in the playoffs.
I think this is last season.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping.
I think he's good. I want to see if his last season because I think it's time to go before he gets hurt.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
But knowing him,
He did everything there is to do.
Speaking of time to go, it hasn't been announced yet, but the University of Michigan's head coach has had it with the NCAA and is going to be taking the job as a pro coach.
In Denver?
Possibly.
Okay.
heck no, he said that.
Yes. He has gone on record to say the NIL has destroyed college football. And plus, let's just take it even further. He's catching a lot of shit for not being able to win the postseason bowl games. He's 0-6.
Well, who said when the fucking NIL first? I said when the first started.
Yep,
this is
you
going to
did.
be college.
We actually sat here and said it's going to change the landscape. We didn't say it was going to ruin
I
it.
said it was going to be.
We said it's going to change the way things are done.
I don't like it.
We've got a really good player that has a wide receiver that wants to be coached under Hartline, who's our wide receiver coach. And he says, I passed up a lot of money to come here because this coach makes wide receivers.
Okay.
And if you stop at Ohio State, you stop and you look at the wide receivers that come out of Ohio State, they're all over the NFL.
So Ohio State doesn't have a lot of NIL money, and they put out they ask the fans to start throwing their money to help.
I think there's money there. They're not doing it right. Marty Richardson, welcome, sir.
Happy New
Marty.
Year, Marty. Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, 3 January.
Already 3 days into it.
Yep. Yeah, that. I started playing pickleball.
You enjoying it?
I got into it. Wait, 3 days.
Well, somebody's got to take Rodney's spot.
Sore as shit.
Are you? All through the body?
Upper body. Legs are alright. Upper body. Enough
Gotta be careful even with that.
Enough for
Gotta
me
be
to take
careful.
Flexor when I go to bed.
Ooh, Flexeril is my favorite.
They'll knock you out. I don't know why. But it does. Judge, 16th captain of
The New York
the
Yankees.
New York Yankees. First
He
one
deserved it.
First one since for $360 million. Gotta give him something. That's a lot of money.
They are pricing the average fan out of the ability to go again.
Yep.
The more money that they pay players, because they're not absorbing that money, they're not absorbing that cost. The team, they're having to raise the rates on
Everything around.
attendance, things like that. So everything, uniform. I mean, just
Jerseys
the
and
shirts,
everything. Yeah,
t-shirts,
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit that you buy.
$40 for it.
Yeah.
Cost them $2 to make.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So
$45 million a year, dude.
they are really making it so that an average
It's a
fan,
corporate place now.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Corporations go, send their families and
Kind
stuff
of like
like
Rollerball.
that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Rollerball
James
is
Gunn.
all the big boys.
yeah. But NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball,
Yep.
I don't know if hockey per se, but the hockey stadiums are a lot smaller, so
Yes. Yep.
you're going to pay a premium price to get in.
Yeah.
Basketball, there's still some seats available, but they're
Way up. Why would
Yeah,
you
buddy.
go?
Cigar related stuff? What do we got? We got anything? Oh, the BCA put out the new website today.
Okay.
It's up and running.
That's
As
nice.
a matter of fact, Teresa Putney, that designed it, as a marketing for them, is going to be on the Great Pipe and Smoke Show.
Okay.
Describing everything.
they're the official spokespeople of the BCA. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're not big enough for anything like that. We don't have enough action.
No. All right.
Yeah.
We got no sponsors. You want to do some sponsor stuff?
Sure. Let's sponsor time, folks.
I can't see the screen, so Jeff, you mind? Mort taking over?
Can't see a screen.
I gotta get new glasses.
All right. Well, first of all, we're going to start out with our flagship, the dude that makes the Phantom Pain, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez at GTO Cigars. Give that dude a call at 334-538-2949. Remember, those that know smoke GTO.
Absolutely.
We're going to thank Kevin and Jessica. Kevin's been a good mentor of the program. Cigar Prop makes some pretty good stuff. But you told me the other day that he's getting out of the stuff and he's going more towards the
Media.
the media stuff, and that's pretty good because he's all over it. He's what they call an influencer.
Yes.
So he's a media influencer.
And he does it without sex.
That's true. Well, no, he does.
Yeah.
So cigarprop.com, trashpanda.com, I think. Give them a look up, take a look at their stuff. We want to thank Kerr Vahante and Jennifer Winfield. Kerr's also been a good mentor for our show,
Yes.
and also is the exclusive online sales of the Phantom Pain cigar.
5.5 legs.
So give them a look up at bsrcigarfam.com, Stogie Road Cigars, bsrcigarfam.com.
He's got some of the last ones.
And we want to thank home base here, Co Cigar and Lounge.
Yes, at 3418 Bienville Boulevard / Highway 90 in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
If you give them a call here at area code 228-215-0845, somebody might answer.
Yeah, somebody may answer.
And they even ship. They will ship to you.
Yes. So if there's anything in particular they're looking for, just give them a call. They'll tell you, yes, they got it, no, they don't have it, and that's pretty much all the response you're going to get.
Right,
Because this is the phone answer during the daytime.
right.
and you're interrupting his Columbo time.
Right.
I haven't seen Columbo in a while.
I hadn't been on here in a while. What's the binge been during the
In
day?
the morning, early in
Hey,
the
Derek,
morning.
what's going on, man? Dude, he drove
Derek,
two.
how you doing?
He drove to and from Albany yesterday.
Woo!
Came back late last night.
How long is that drive? 4 hours?
About 4 o'clock.
He was on drugs. He had to be on speed or something.
You had to stop.
A lot of
That's a
caffeine.
10-hour day.
That's a hard day.
But if I do that, going out of your way to make sure they have access.
That's a hard day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took that drive up to Starkville one time and did a quick turn. That was a long day.
That's a 6-hour drive.
That's a long drive. Long day.
It's like we go to Memphis and turn right and come back.
I
No.
remember
next
doing,
day.
I remember
Yeah,
doing
that
a
was
run
fun.
for
Yeah.
Smoking Joe, and the guy gave him the map quest on paper.
Yeah, when we
Sent me
used
2 hours in the wrong direction. The dealership was no longer there, where I was delivering the car. So, and then I had to drive another hour or 2 hours back, and then an hour towards the destination. So that was like a 10-hour
They
day.
moved that far to dealership?
Yeah, it was miserable. It was miserable.
Well, you don't do that anymore. That's a good thing.
Woo!
That's a lot of driving. We got the last weekend of the NFL coming up this week. Well, last regular season games
Yep.
on Sunday.
Yes.
We've got a lot of implications out there.
Every game matters.
I think that Detroit and Green Bay game's going to be good. It means the world to both of them. I don't know.
Bengals are in. Where they're going to sit, don't know. I don't think they have first round bye.
No, no, no.
And I don't even know if last night's game would have made any difference to that.
I think they were fighting. Somebody was fighting for home field in that.
The Saints, probably the Bills. The Saints are out.
Yeah, they're done down and out in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
Yeah, they won this weekend though.
Yeah,
They
they beat
won.
the Eagles.
Yeah.
they won, but they didn't have enough of the cards fall into place.
Right. All the other things, all the other elements.
Yeah,
Yep, you're right.
but that's all right. I don't think the team's ready to play at that type of level.
Yep.
No.
But anything can happen on a Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
It can happen.
That's right.
The congressional district here in South Mississippi has a new congressman, and however, he has not been sworn in.
Not yet.
No, they cannot swear the new
Oh,
congressman
until you get Speaker of the
until
House.
you get the Speaker
They
of the
can't
House.
do any regular business.
No business until they're Speaker of the House.
Like
And I
they
read
say.
an article too. They got 20 incoming freshman congressmen who all have military background.
That's good.
That's
prior,
nice.
prior veteran. Well, not prior veteran, but prior service. Veteran.
Yeah, that's nice.
Whether they retired or.
Most of, I don't think there's any retirees. I think most of them,
They're all fairly young.
yeah, most
I
of
mean,
them are
that's
just
a good
vets.
business. In certain ways.
Well, hopefully it keeps us out of these endless wars.
So what? Yeah, and then what about them? We talked to Pat Eddie about this the other day when Congress called the question today. And they dumped Trump's tax returns. Here you go, and took off. Everybody took off. They can't find it. They see people now posting on the news posting that
Hang on.
throwing questions at the tax code. You know how easy it is to be able to manipulate. Well, you know, the tax code allows it.
If they're offering it, you take it.
Absolutely.
So
I don't blame him.
my take on the whole thing on that was, yeah, they should have. Hey, Scott, welcome to us. First
Hey,
time.
Scott, Huntsville.
Huntsville, I know.
Oh,
My take on this is they should have never released it. His tax returns, for one thing, he doesn't do his taxes. Somebody else does. He's got a team of people that do that,
Absolutely.
and they look for every single loophole
Yes.
or every
And that's
single
their
thing.
job.
That's their job in his
Right.
favor. So if he paid $0 in income tax, he's got a great accountant.
Right.
I like to find out.
Got a great accountant. And I'll go on record to say any sitting member that's a representative, whether they're Congress or Senate, should have their tax returns released.
Absolutely, because there's not one senator, unless they have money before they went into office, should leave office as millionaires. They all got time.
Right.
Even Pelosi from a small town, freaking Mississippi, was a multi-millionaire.
I think that if you
How's that possible?
if you look at them, you're going to see that there's a lot of corruption.
Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of corruption. So for them to point fingers at the president, that's a pot calling the kettle black.
I
wow.
agree.
Morty's making a whole statement right there, man.
That is pretty.
I'll take DG on 30 points. I mean, minus 30.
That's pretty solid.
TCU plus 30.
That's
Hey, facts.
3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Patrick, is that what the line is at the casino?
No, it's 13 and a half.
13 and no. Take 30. I don't know about 13.
Yeah, that means they've got to win by 2 touchdowns,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
and that's big.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot of points you got to put up.
It'll be a high
Again, that goes right back to my point.
It'll be a high scoring game.
I don't think that it's going to be a high score at all.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I think Georgia's defense is going to keep them
That
below.
big, right? That big.
I think he's going to keep them below 27 points.
Wow.
If they score 27 points, I'll be surprised.
Wow.
The over under is 60. Oh, it's down to 12. Georgia minus 12 now.
That's because there's money going
And the
on.
over under is 62 and a half.
I would take.
Because I was in the garage, like, yeah.
I don't bet on it or anything, but I would take the under. I don't think that Georgia's going to run up the score on them. I think Georgia's going to get a 2 touchdown lead and just coast
They
it
hold it.
and just hold it.
I'll bet a ticket and I'll take the under on one and the over on the other. Because when I bet the over on, I always get screwed. If I take the under, it's going to go over. If I take the over, it's going to fucking go under. That's the way I look at
Yeah.
it. Over under is just something that you got to stay away from.
That's the way that Vegas gets its money.
Oh, yeah.
If just betting it straight up, Georgia straight up, nobody's going to take that bet.
No.
You're going to have to warm it up a little bit. You're going to give me Georgia and 2 touchdowns? You bet.
Yeah, sure.
Georgia and two, minus
Giving up 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I'll take that.
Well, the spread now is 12, so it's dropping a little bit.
That's because there's money going on
Yeah, I
on
don't-
one
I
side.
don't know if I, I don't know.
Everybody's going on one
I don't know if
side.
I take TCU as well.
Because if you look at the way Vegas bet on the Georgia-Ohio State game, they lost.
They
Because
didn't have to pick.
they picked the wrong side as far as
Yeah.
or they gave too many points, I should say.
And you know how they make that up. They give it all to everybody else. They get all.
Yeah, so if your winning bet would have been Ohio State plus the points
Right.
and over.
Right.
That was your winning bet.
Oh, in that game, yeah.
Yes. But Vegas was betting on,
Michigan,
betting on,
Georgia, to win.
absolutely. And it was, I think the under was what they were also betting on as well. And it was a very high scoring game.
Great.
It was, I'm not disappointed at all.
I don't know. I didn't take a picture of it. That Brutus standing in the corner.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was pretty cool.
I blew up Brutus. Yeah.
That there was cool.
Yeah. Most everybody in here was pulling for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Most everybody. We've had a couple of dissenters, I'm sure. But they weren't as vocal. Hello, friend. Little black bug. Flying black bug. What else we got for the New Year's? It's a half hour. We got nobody watching us.
It's all in that thing until next week.
So, folks, we're going to cut it short since it's the first show of the year, and really, to just be quite honest with you, we just kind of wore out from the festivities.
Yes. Tired. Very tired.
Of the week. Mav and I are both suffering from insomnia,
Big time.
and we're going to give you our hits on the smokes. Let you know what we thought.
I give it a thumbs up.
For the price point, because Dr. Cappy said it was $2.50 a stick retail. I'd give it a thumbs up, but I'd let it sit in the humidor for about
Couple months. Couple months, okay, yeah, sure. Sure. What do you think, Bugs?
Thumbs up for me, but
Okay. So we got 3
I
thumbs
don't know
up.
if I'd make the week. By the time you get it in here, we're talking. It'll be either these I have about 3 weeks. I think they'll work.
Ours aged about 6 months before it became.
Yeah.
So
But
you're looking at July.
I'd smoking for July. That's me. You know, I mean, everything's going to get better with age.
Yeah.
You know,
Except all of us.
some might not take this one. We don't.
Yeah.
Let's smoke another one in about a month.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
try it another
by the time
month.
they come in, you see them up again.
Because he said they hadn't been sitting very long, so that means they're pretty fresh.
Well, I don't think sitting on the can. I'm not sure what I have to ask. I meant by that, but how long it's prior to coming to his warehouse in Miami or whatever. But I'll find out.
Yeah. So anyway,
from
folks,
the
we'll catch you
5
next
and a Half
Tuesday.
Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here in 3418 to Anvil Boulevard, Coach Cigar Lounge, Mort, Bones, and myself, Matt, bid you good night.
Have a great 2023.
2023. God bless all.